Hey guys, the God Queen here. I appreciate you listening to my podcast or following me on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, welcome you. I welcome you. Thank you for your subscription. If you want to donate to my channel or my cause or my move to California, please go to my website, Soncerae.com, and click on the donation tab and send me a donation. Or you can send me a donation via PayPal to Soncerae@gmail.com. Oh no, it's we love Soncerae at gmail.com. I appreciate that. So, a lot of people have been contacting me and talking about how I air my dirty laundry, or I tell my business on social media, or I shouldn't tell my business on social media, or, trying to encourage me to do what they do. And what I realize is every person that keeps telling me that has an anonymous profile, or they haven't told anybody who they are, or they, live their life differently from mine. And that's okay. I don't encourage everybody to be as transparent as I am. You got to kind of live your life how you want to live it, and that's up to you. It's not for everybody. But I know for me, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say at any given moment. Like it is nothing. And I was speaking in a live stream earlier today, and I was talking about the various reasons why I tell my story. And you know what? Telling your story is one of those things that is so liberating, and it gives you so much freedom, and you feel a hell of a lot better. And a lot of people, feel like a lot of the things I say is TMI. And that's fair. That's what you're supposed to think what you want to think. Like, some people love it. Some people think it's TMI. Some people are like, whoa, this is a lot. Some people find it interesting. Some people find it funny. Some people find it sad. I mean, it's up to you to determine how you feel about it, but how you feel about my life will not change my life. Only I can change Soncerae's life. And the reasons behind why I decided to go ahead and just tell everybody my story is because I realized a long time ago that even if I pretended like I was this perfect woman, someone was going to hate something I did. Like, it didn't even matter. Okay? Like, it did. Like, I was trying so hard to be what I thought everybody wanted to be, where I was sitting up here just trying to be something I wasn't. I would even try so hard as to lie to people, to control and manipulate this situation so I can get them to, behave how I wanted them to. And I did that for such a long time. And it wasn't until I was about 22 or 23 that I said, fuck this shit. Soncerae is about to do Soncerae. Okay, like, I'm about to go out here and say what I want, do what I want, tell the truth all the time, and not give a fuck about what anybody else think. I am the true definition of not giving a fuck what anybody else think. It's really people out there like that, people. And I just happen to be one. Like, I really just don't give a fuck. And the reason why a lot of people don't tell their truths is because they're afraid to be judged. They're afraid people are going to know their business. They're afraid people are going to make fun of them. People are going to make fun of you regardless. Especially when you go out there trying to chase your goals. People are going to say whatever they want to about you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So why not just live comfortable in my skin? It's a choice that I made. I just feel comfortable in my skin. And honestly, when you do a whole bunch of honest shit, even if you make a mistake or you embarrass yourself or some shit like that, hey, you honest about it. You live it out. You say that's what you did. You heal and you move on to the next thing. And either people going to like you for it, or you're going to lose people for it. Either way, you're going to like people. People going to like you, and people going to not like you. People going to judge you. People are not going to judge you. Regardless. So instead of living uptight, being scared, not want to tell nobody nothing because you don't want nobody to have nothing to say, you don't want to hear what nobody say, you know what, 9 times out of 10, people talking about you behind your back anyway. And half the time, the people that's talking about you behind your back anyway is guilty of the same shit they're trying to chastise you for. That's usually how it works. So let's get into my reasons for why I have chosen to go ahead and just air my dirty laundry. Now let's get this out the way. For the people who only come to my channel for drama or negativity. Because there's a lot of you motherfuckers out there. Like, y'all are like fucking roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are like fucking, I don't know, just some type of rodent or just something annoying. Here's my thing. If you look on my channel and actually pay attention to my channel, it's so many things other than drama on my channel. And I've said this in plenty of videos. I'm talking about cooking tutorials, positive videos, metaphysics, spirituality, Buddhism. All right? Relationship advice for both men and women. I mean, damn. So when people come to me and say, all you do is air out your dirty laundry, no, that's just only the thing you pay attention to. That's the only thing that the dramatic people listen to. I just started doing some unboxing. I've spoken about celebrity relationships before. I've spoken about entrepreneurship and philanthropy, business, meditation. I had a series called the Classic Black Man series where it was me and a group of black men, like 5 or 6 black men, and we sit down in a Google Hangout and have a discussion about topics that actually matter. I've done TV recaps. I've had conversations about open marriage and relationships, and I've done plenty of videos that are video topic suggestions from other subscribers. I've made videos about modeling. I could just go on and on and on. Motivation. And majority of the time, people aren't watching these videos. The only time they come to my channel is when they think some drama about to pop off. And then they'll say, why your life always dramatic? Because that's the only portion of YouTube that you're looking at. Shit, if you want to see some other shit, then go find you some positive shit. Because some positive shit is out there. You just got to find it. And people judge you. They say, hey, you air your dirty laundry. Right, I do. But I also air out the good shit that happened to me. I air out the things that I do in regards to work. I air out the stuff in regards to my graphic design company. I have a channel for that. I mean, I talk about all of the aspects of my life. Good, bad, ugly. I'm transparent about it all. I'm not the air out the dirty laundry queen. But you wouldn't know that because you only hear for the dirty laundry. That's the only thing that you entertain by. That's what fuels you. So the first reason why I decided to go out here and just tell everybody what's going on with me is, number one, it helps so many people. People email me. You know, people are like, thank you for telling this story. Because there's so many things that's happening inside of the black community that's swept under the rug. There's a lot of things that people don't talk about. There's a lot of hiding and secrets and a whole bunch of just dirty, ugly shit that people don't talk about. They're scared for people to know these things about them. You know, it's men out here molesting women, sexually assaulting women, cheating, lying, beating them, verbal abuse, all types of stuff that women go through that they aren't even telling anybody about. So here I am saying, hey, I got left inside of an extended stay hotel, sick, barely any money, by the man I'm pregnant by, because he wanted to fuck other women and date his ex. Like, a man's priorities aren't in order. And a lot of men who have priorities that aren't in order get away with that shit. Because there's not a lot of women out there making it understood that that type of behavior is unacceptable. Because what they will do is beg them, allow the door to still be open when he decides he wants to come back. You know, say, well, the least I can do is, put him on child support, since that's the only little bit of thing he wants to do. He only wants to be around when it's convenient for him. He only wants to give away a percentage of his check. You know, I'm not taking all that. To me, it's all or nothing. So I'll say, hey, in my situation, I have no interest whatsoever in putting no man on child support. So let me just get my shit together so I won't need him financially. And that's one of the best things about me, is that I can go out there and start my own business. I'm educated. I know how to do it, done it before, been financially stable, been down on my luck before. I know how to get back on top. And the only time I've even failed, actually, is when I had a man around. Men, there's no benefit. There's no incentive for me to have a man around. So when I air out my dirty laundry, I make it very clear that there is no incentive for me to have a man around, because no man has shown me that having him around is beneficial. And I prove that by telling the stories, the real life stories. So number one, it's helping other people because people are experiencing this and they email me. We swap stories. We get positive. We bounce off of each other and help each other get through shit. That's number one. Number two, it's a healing process. Because inside of the process of me experiencing a whole bunch of stuff that's negative, I got to go out here and figure out how to deal with it, how to emotionally deal with it, how to mentally deal with it. So the best thing I can do is get it off my chest. So I won't be bitter. So I won't be ugly. So I won't be mean to people. So it's part of the process, talking about it. You know, you ever been going through something and the person next to you say, hey, why don't you talk about it? When I don't want to talk about it, I don't talk about it. But when I'm ready to talk about it, I talk about it, and I talk about it in stages. I talk about it when it's hurting me. I talk about it once it makes me angry. I talk about it once I've accepted it and made peace with it. And then I'll move forward. And another reason why I air my dirty laundry alongside of all of the positive things that I talk about. Another reason is my damn YouTube check is ridiculous. Do you realize how many millionaires are on YouTube just by telling a story? You know how many gamers are living a very, very comfortable life because their YouTube is their only job? A lot of people may say to me, hey, Soncerae, you should delete all of your social media because no hiring manager is going to want to hire you. No, that's not true because I've been on YouTube and social media for many years. But let's just talk about YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 8 years. I had 2 very stable, very well-paying jobs. And both of the hiring managers knew I did YouTube and did not care. My boss knew I did YouTube, watched my channel, didn't even care, and she was right. So when people try to put their fears on me, say, hey, maybe you shouldn't put this online because hiring managers or your job is no. Because when you go to your job and you make it clear that you know how to do your job and your personal experiences and your personal, whatever it is that you do when you ain't at work, don't have nothing to do with what you do at work, you get to keep your job. They do a background check on me before I go anywhere. So trust me, Google is a hell of a tool. And all of the negative things that they say about me, definitely not stopping me from getting a job. You know why? Because my background also includes how educated I am and how good I am at my job. But anyway, let's pretend for 2 seconds that I'm actually doing YouTube because it's one step closer to something else that I want to do that has nothing to do with me actually working for somebody else. The goal ain't to keep working for somebody else. The goal is to continue to be an entrepreneur. When I do work, I work temporarily. When I work for somebody else, I work temporarily. So I get a little money from that company, maybe work that job 1 or 2 years, and then move on to something else. Get that money to start up one of my businesses. And each time I've started one of my businesses and I started flowing on my own and things started going right for me, what ends up fucking me up is if I get in a relationship with a man or I start caring about another man's business or what he want to do with his life. And then that's when things start fucking up for me. And I've noticed the pattern. So this time around, after Soncerae starts working and Soncerae gets more than enough money to start back up her businesses like Block 11, my magazine, my movement, my nonprofit organization, my charities, all of the events I like to do, all of the stuff that I wanted to do, Priest fucked that up for me. Because he kept pressuring me about getting rid of somebody that I was working with. And if I never would have got with Priest to begin with, I would still be doing Block 11. And anyone who's been following me for a long time, you know exactly what Block 11 is. If you don't know what Block 11 is, go to www.bmagmobile.com because the website is still up there. These men have been coming into my life and destroying me, literally, because I'll be doing fine without them. And then they come around with their complaining and their drama and them not having any vision for their life, not knowing how to handle business, And me being the type of person I've been all this time, I've been the type of person that's been like, hey, I know something about business. Let me teach you. But see, now those days are over because now I have no interest whatsoever in being in a relationship. And now my biggest concern is me and my son. So now that I have to start over with a child because my oldest daughter will be 18 next year and will be going to college, now I have a baby. I'm going to have a baby. And now I got a distraction from men because now I have to take care of a child alone. See, with my daughter, she had a father. She had a good upbringing. She never grew up in poverty. She always had everything she could ask for. That's how she was. She grew up a good kid. I have a good kid. And so I now have to raise another one alone. And that's a good distraction to stay away from men. Because men have done nothing but tore me down. And I learned that lesson. You know how I learned that lesson? By actually talking about my journey every day on YouTube. And then going back and looking at videos and experiences that I've had with other men. And to continuously see men that I've dated or talked to or fucked or, had some type of romantic connection to get onto YouTube and say all of these negative things about me, even after all of the positive things I've done for them in their life. They still got on YouTube and said negative things about me or were saying and doing negative shit before they even hit YouTube. See, the men in my life have felt jealous about what I've done with my life. And they've tried to use YouTube because they feel like I'm successful here. They've tried to use YouTube as a way to destroy me, and it won't work. It won't work because I will continue to keep working on this regardless to no matter how many people try to tear it down. And it's only men. Seriously, honestly, it's only men doing this. It ain't like it's a whole bunch of women I met or a whole bunch of girlfriends I had or nothing. It's only been men trying to tear down my hustle. That's it. I remember when I was talking to Chris Law. Chris Law was just on Tommy Sotomayor's live stream talking about me. When me and Chris Law were friends and we were fucking each other and doing whatever else we were doing that was having a good time. And I told him I wanted to do stand-up comedy and I had been doing stand-up comedy and comedy videos on my YouTube channel. He was like, you can't do that. You don't know nothing about doing that. And I said, I've been doing it. He told me, nah, you can't do that. You're not funny enough. You're not smart enough. He just started telling me, I would never be successful. Not even understanding that I was already successful on it. Priest has been complaining about YouTube this entire time. YouTube has been a problem for these men because secretly deep down inside, they wish they could do it. That's why they get onto YouTube after we've broken up. After I've spoken about our breakup or after I spoke about them in a situation we may have had, instead of them actually sticking to their word, saying they're not the YouTube type of guy or they're not the type of person that would get on YouTube and, be public, they still decide to be public at the end of the day. They still end up being that. They still end up on maybe Tommy's channel or creating a channel of their own, and they base their entire existence on YouTube about Soncerae. They don't get onto YouTube and start talking about something else. They base their entire existence on Soncerae because that's the only time they get attention or they feel value when they talk about Soncerae. Because that's the only time they get attention. The attention that they have craved and wanted. See, a lot of people like being in the public eye. But they only like being in the public eye because they want people to like them. They want people to, like being around them. So what they do is they get online and they make fun of people. They make fun of, like the two people I just named. They get online to make fun of me or say something funny or, say something outrageous to shock and awe somebody about me so they can get the attention that they want because it's missing. It's something that they always wanted their whole life. And their only way to actually get it is to talk about Soncerae instead of just creating their own channel, their own platform so they can go off and do their own thing and never mention me again. They decide to use YouTube and use my name to make them better. Because honestly, the entire time they wanted to do that. They wanted to be the type of woman I am. See, popularity, fame, or money, or any of that. People crave that shit. And Priest always said, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. Wanting all these fancy clothes and blah, blah, blah. Want to be seen all the time. Always want to be seen. Get dressed up and be seen. Because that makes people feel good about themselves. Some people. So secretly deep down inside, the men that I have been connecting myself with have all hated the fact that I have been successful in modeling and business and finances, on YouTube, on social media. They hate it. They don't have half of what I have. And what I have ain't even a lot. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't even have a lot of subscribers. I don't even have a lot of followers. But the little bit I got from quote unquote airing my dirty laundry makes the men in my life jealous. And that's weird, but that's how it goes. And that's the one thing that I learned as I've been, talking about my journey all these years. I get to look back at old videos and say, hey, I said this, did this, experienced this, want to change this, want to do this, want to, redo this or that. So I have a lot of reasons why I discuss my life, and it makes other people feel uncomfortable because they can't do it. It's a lot of people out here that simply just do not have the courage to just go out here and say, you know what? 10 years ago, I did some freaky shit. I had a threesome with 2 guys. I actually used to be a swinger at one point. Can't believe I did that with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people don't have a lot of courage to say that. A lot of people don't have a courage to say the things that are embarrassing or to talk about their mistakes. They're like, don't tell anybody. Let's sweep it under the rug because I don't want nobody to know because it's going to ruin my life. No, I'm here to tell you, listen, your life can still be fine with all of these people looking at you negatively. That's a mind thing. That's a mind thing. Other people's perspectives of you can only stop you if you allow that shit. Haters and trolls and negative people and judgmental people. All of these people can only stop you if you allow that shit. It's a mind thing. And that's why the reason why I keep pushing. And the reason why I keep telling the stories. Because the consequences of airing out my dirty laundry for me is healing and helping me. Just remember that. Just remember the reasons why I do it and the reasons why you can't. Just remember that we 2 different types of people. I got a different type of skin. I got a different type of confidence in myself. I look at my life and I really just don't give a fuck what people think. And I stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. And I'm so confident in who I am, even in the mistakes and embarrassing things that happen to me. I still feel good about myself. Can't nobody take that from me, no matter how much they try, because I don't need validation from outside sources. I get my validation from within and how I feel about myself. See, my inner mirror status and my relationship with the universe and with God is what keeps me moving. That's what keeps me going. If I needed validation from other people, I would have died by now. Because that negative shit does not give me life. It doesn't give anybody life. The only thing that gives people life is positivity and praise and all of this good stuff. Like, everybody want everybody to like them. I don't. You don't like me, I don't even care. But most people thrive. Most people survive off of how many people like them. Why you think social media is popular and everybody's trying to get all these likes and loves and shares and Instagram followers and shit like that? It's because they want everybody to like them. Me, I don't give a fuck. Seriously. So I air out my dirty laundry. because I have the courage to air out all of my life. I don't air out just dirty laundry. I talk about positive things all the time. It's up to you to choose to listen to that stuff, okay? I appreciate you listening. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.